Welcome to the Brent Gove podcast with co-host Eric Lawfolm. We are building 1 million agents in 100 countries in 10 years. Now, here's your host, Brent Gove.
And welcome to the big show. I'm Brent Gove, and today I get the dubious honor of interviewing and talking to a beautiful business group called Attorney Backed Agent. It's absolutely brilliant. Don't you dare go anywhere. It's going to help you get more listings. If you want more listings, you're listening to the right podcast. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get big multi-million-dollar listings you never would have gotten without this value add. So with me today is Nicole Bostrom Kogan. Did I say it right, Nicole?
Perfectly, yes.
Nailed it from Attorney Backed Agent. She is an attorney. And her business partner, Matt Wales. Matt, I'm pretty sure I got all that right. How are you today, Matt?
Great. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So Nicole, you've been an attorney for what? How many years now?
20 plus, 24.
Yeah. 24 years. Awesome. And you're also, I believe, a real estate broker. Is that right?
That's correct. Been a broker, not a broker since 19, but been in real estate since I was 19.
Yep. So you and Matt had this beautiful idea to actually bring Attorney Backed Agent to real estate agents nationwide throughout the US. And basically the way this works is when people, get involved in a real estate transaction, their clients sometimes have questions, legal questions. And of course, any good brokerage says, don't answer those. You're not an attorney. You don't say, look, I can't answer your legal. You need to go call an attorney, which is kind of weak. They're like, well, can I talk to yours? Everyone's like, oh, we have attorneys at Coldwell Banker. We have them at Remax and Keller and Berkshire and EXP and Sotheby's and Compass. But really what the truth is, when those people, they're hard to reach, those attorneys, because really those attorneys aren't for the individual consumer. They're for the company, and they represent the company. And I always tell people, they're not going to have your best interest. And so I used an attorney for many years called Steve Beatty, and it costs thousands of dollars to use him. I'd refer my clients. A lot of you refer your clients to attorneys if they really get on that path. But how would you like to make it a value add stack in the listing presentation, where every time you went on a listing, and then I'll let you guys straighten me out, Matt and Nicole, but every time you go on a listing, you could say, hey, one of the things that makes me different from every other agent here in Tampa or Beverly Hills or West Palm Beach or Denver or Albuquerque, New Mexico, wherever you are, Boise, Idaho, is that I offer access to an attorney that is exclusively going to represent you and not even my broker, GXP. And a lot of companies will say, we can do the same thing, but the truth is they can't. They're going to get you, if they can even get you to one of their corporate attorneys, they're not there for you. And they're there for the company's best interest, but we want someone for yours. So that's what makes me different. It's at no cost to you. I'm going to provide this service. And I think you can get a lot more listings with this. I love this idea. So there was my kind of take on what Matt and Nicole are doing. Now, Nicole, straighten me all out. Like, maybe give us more background. Did I explain it properly, or help me?
Fantastic. Yes,
I did.
you did.
Okay,
Fantastic.
good.
So really what I want to do is kind of two parts. So one is we want to protect the client. So, and in doing so and being able to protect the client, we're also able to protect the agent, because the agent might have, like, oh, I'm not really sure what to do here, and might have some questions. So there's some level of protection there. But also I want to elevate the agent, because agents work really hard. I've been an agent. I've been in the trenches. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like when you're writing a contract and you have this gut punch because you're like, did I screw this contract up? Nobody's looked at it. Maybe I'm new agent. Maybe I'm not. Whatever. Like, everybody's had those gut punch moments. And I know, because even as an attorney, I've had them. But having a second set of eyes look at the contract gives you that peace of mind, and gives that client that peace of mind as well, to say, we've just got a little bit more than your typical real estate agent, but I want to elevate the agents because they do a great job. And I think agents don't always get that compliment and that backbone. And so being able to pull attorney-backed agents in is going to set them apart, raise the standard, and give them the confidence to really push their business where they want it to go.
I love this. So protect the client. I selfishly went right to you'll get more listings. I know you're a better woman than I am, Nicole. And yes, let's say there because that is, I mean, if you were giving your grandma was listing your house or your sister or your mom and dad, you would want them to have the best representation, not just for you to get a listing, but to actually that they can ask questions that are detailed that there's a lot of legal situations and they can go right to someone. So I love that. And then B, it protects you because you're not answering things and getting it wrong because you're putting on your attorney hat when you're not an attorney. That's why brokers are always asking you to say, I'm sorry, I can't help you. And most agents, Nicole and Matt, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think most agents, now I had an attorney, most I said, well, I don't know, I guess Google, Atlanta real estate attorneys, Las Vegas real estate attorney. I mean, how would you feel like, oh, thanks. I mean, I thought you were a professional. You can't even give me a referral. And so, but this sounds expensive. This sounds like, I mean, it's great to have a value add to the listing or help a buyer or a seller. Here's why you want to work with me to buy your $500,000 $1 million, $2 3 million home, $5 10 million home, because I actually have a full-time attorney you can talk to. But it sounds expensive, and no one knows how to do this. So tell them the kind of the pricing on this, if you don't mind, or whatever else you want to share.
Happy to. Yeah, so we wanted to make it reasonable for clients. We could do a referral and do some type of situation like that, but I don't believe that the legal services need to be tied to the value of the property. So we offer this in a flat fee scenario. Now, some markets are going to be slightly more expensive than others, but for the majority, $1,500 on a pay-as-you-go transaction is going to be where we're at. With that $1,500 that pays the attorney, that pays us a little bit, it works out beautifully. But we also understand that real estate agents, if you're going to do a lot of transactions, we want to give you a benefit for that. And sometimes people really want consistency in terms of like, I'm going to pay so much per month instead of worrying about it. So the first option is that $1,500 pay-as-you-go option. You're going to pay a licensing fee to be able to use our logo, trademark, the certification seal so that you can promote yourself as an attorney-backed agent and really capture the benefit. Because I'm telling you, I wear that logo around. People will say to me all the time, what is an attorney-backed agent? Matt has it all the time too. He gets stopped in airports everywhere. And so it's just a great conversation starter. So the first option is that $1,500 pay as you go. If you're just doing transactions and you don't want to worry about any monthly costs, that's an option. The other option, if you're going to do more than 10 transactions, we cut the price in half. So it becomes $750 if you prepay 10 or more. Now, I also understand a lot of people don't want to spend $7,500 right out the chute. So we said, all right, if you're going to do 10 or more, you can do $625 a month. And you don't have to use all 10 transactions in the first 12 months. We expect you probably will. But if it needs to be, 18 months, that's fine. So again, we're in this for the agent. We want to partner with you. And the cool thing is that you're going to be able to say, I'm an attorney-backed agent, which means I partner with a local real estate attorney to give you the best service possible. I can tell you, I've sat across sellers and buyers. The sense of relief that I see on their face says it all because they're like, oh, that's great. It's almost a no-brainer. I stopped getting objections on pricing and commission. A lot of people will say, oh, well, can you discount your commission? And I would say, if we were to have that conversation, the attorney would no longer be included. This is a high value transaction for you. I want to make sure that you're protected. Are you sure that this isn't the area where you want to cut legal services? Because if something happens, you might wind up costing a lot more than you're saving.
I love this. So, a lot of people says, well, golly, $750. I mean, that is a deal of a lifetime, number one. Number two, a lot of people have a term, well, I lost a $500,000 buyer. Well, that's a $15,000 commission. I lost an $800,000 seller. Oh, that's a $24,000 commission. You lose one. It could be that little distinction is why they chose you. That's $24,000. That's like pays for attorney-backed agent. I can't even do the math, but like 30 times. And
Yes.
so, because like, well, what if I offer it and I didn't need to, then I'm out $750. Don't look at it that way. Again, look at it as you're giving a high level service to the client, the buyer or the seller. B, protects you because you're not opening mouth, inserting foot, right? And C, you're going to do more business. So for me, if I know for me, I'm all for this. If I could spend by 10 pack and get 10 services for 750 each, that's 7,500 bucks. That's a best, and I'd imagine it's tax deductible, right?
Oh
On the
yeah,
tax.
it's no different than if you were buying a home warranty for a
Yeah.
client. Same,
Yeah.
it's the same type of thing. It's an ancillary
So
service.
if you're at a 50% tax bracket, there's another $3,500. So really for 3,500 bucks, you're not going to go buy 10 of these. And then I promise you, you use this right, you're going to get buyers. And if you're mowing down the two, three, four, five, six, $700,000 buyers, mowing them down with no problem, fine, don't use it. But maybe I like for someone like me, I would definitely use it everything over $1 million. Your commission's $30,000,
Well, we
right?
have to be we have to be somewhat careful. So I
Oh,
gotta really
okay.
back
Talk
on
to
this.
me. So here we go. Here we go.
Here's the
The
lawyer coming
podcast
out.
is now getting better. We're shifting gears.
Yeah, we're getting exciting now. So we have to be careful because if you brand yourself as an attorney-backed agent,
Oh,
if you're
yes.
representing yourself as an attorney-backed agent, we want to make sure that you are not misrepresenting yourself to the consumer. So
Gotcha.
we do allow you to do because some transactions aren't really going to fit the model. You might have a $100,000 piece of land or something where it's like, oh, okay, we allow you to waive out. So if your client declines the service, it's a $250 fee. It won't count towards your 750 if that's the case. So it won't count towards one of those. But we do that so that you are then able to promote yourself fully as an attorney-backed agent. We just don't want to create a situation where we misrepresent it. If the client waives it, that's totally fine. But we just need to make sure that we get their signature on a document that says that they're electing to waive it.
That's good. That's good. I have a question for you.
Yes,
You may not like this question, but I'm going to
go
ask.
for it.
And I know everyone on the podcast is probably not everyone, but maybe one or two weird people like me. So, what if I didn't market myself as an attorney backed agent, but I want to offer this occasionally, pick and choose because I know I would want to use it. I even get nervous on the two, three, four, five, $10 million deals. I mean, if I could land a five or a $10 million listing for 750 bucks, like that was the like, oh, I like that. I like that guy. I like that gal. Nobody's offering legal services and in my own exclusive and explains why the attorneys at Coldwell Banker are not like this, why this is different. I'd be crazy not to. If they didn't market themselves and use the logo and the trademark attorney-backed agent, can they use it like a special what's a tool in the rights? Could that be done?
Yes, absolutely. And so the value there is that they can pick and choose which ones. But yeah, then they're not officially an attorney-backed agent.
So they're
But
not misrepresenting.
can you add it in as an ancillary service that you offer? Absolutely. We're here for the agents. We want to support agents. And if it helps you gain business and beat out the competition, well,
Okay, so because I'm thinking of myself. I'm just trying to
yeah.
think like everybody listening to this podcast. Like I mow down everything under $1 million. I don't lose the buyers or sellers, but occasionally I'll get beat, right? On the higher end stuff. Nobody gets them all. So I would definitely want to do that. But let's take somebody who's new. They don't have the confidence. This is definitely a value add when you're representing a buyer or a seller, and it is going to get you more business. And if you get another 4 or 5 deals a year, and the average commission say is I'm in my head it's probably going to be about $12,000 minimum. So 5 times that's $60,000. Would you spend 7,500 for a 10 pack, 10 services to get 60,000 that you would not have gotten? I would do this if I was new, if I was listening, I would do this all day, every day. I would do this. But let me ask you a question. So let's say I market myself as an attorney backed agent with the trademark for the next year or two or three, but I decide 2 or 3 years from now, hey, I no longer necessarily need that. I'm mowing down everyone up to $1 million, like Brent Gove, like Matt Wales, like Nicole, but I do want to use it up here. Could I then stop marketing myself as an attorney-backed agent and then pick and choose how I use the tool, or am I stuck forever because I did it for a year or two, three? How does that work?
That's a fantastic question. And are you sure you're not a lawyer? Because that's a good question to ask.
Hey, I
Um,
missed my calling.
I think you did. I think you did. Okay, so yes, the answer is you can stop using the trademark and logo at any time. And so our license agreement is good for 1 year. If you decide to stop, you just have to pull it back. You just can't market yourself going forward, and any marketing materials would have to be terminated, not used anymore. But can you still then continue to use the service and offer it client by client, absolutely. We would be silly to terminate a relationship. We also respect agents and want to make sure that they're doing what's in the best interest for their business. We'd love to keep them, but on the flip side, if they feel like they're crushing it, we fully support them too.
Love it. So, question. So, if somebody who they were listening, but they're like, okay, now I'm super interested, and they forgot what we said at the very, very, very beginning. I want to engage attorney-backed agent for a year. It's a year agreement, 1 year. How much do they have to pay for the engagement? Because I believe you said it at the beginning.
Yep.
How much is
Yep.
that?
It's $495 to get the license, logo, and certification seal. That's what's going to allow you to be able to market yourself as an attorney back.
$4,995.
No, $495.
Oh, wow. I know. I kind of said I was pitched you a softball. That is an incredible deal. I spent that much on dinner last night with a group of people. So for $495, you can get the certification, use the marketing, have more value, differentiate yourself, set yourself apart. You'd be crazy not to do that. And it lasts for 1 year. Now, if I want to renew next year, they pay the $495 for year two,
Same
too.
thing.
So every year
And
it's $495.
here's something
Yeah.
else that we offer um, that is when you're an attorney-backed agent, you get to be trained by an attorney once a month in a group training environment. So then you can
How much
say
does that cost?
it's included in the $495.
Oh my gosh, that is
Yeah.
incredible. That
And the
is so
reason that we
good.
do it is because A, we want to stay in communication. I want agents to always be leveling up and be learning. And so one of my favorite topics to talk about is negotiation, because I feel like it's an area that is completely missed. Nobody talks about how to negotiate better. And that's one of the areas that I'm extremely passionate about, love negotiating. That's why I have a child, because
Yeah.
that's how you level up your negotiation skills,
Yeah, you
I've
learn how
found.
to negotiate
Yep,
fast.
yep, exactly.
Yeah. I went to
But
a
we rolled that
parenting
into it
class one
too.
time
Yeah,
and they said, we do not negotiate with terrorists. So sometimes you have a 3-year-old or 2-year-old that are terrorists and you don't want to negotiate. You got to lay down the law. So
exactly.
that's so funny.
Exactly.
Now, if people are going, wow, I'm definitely interested. I've lost out on some really good listings. It hurt. When
Yeah.
you lose a $7 million listing that you could have possibly gotten, even if it's a paltry 2% is all you'd have gotten, it's 20,000 per million. I can count 7 million times 25 is 100. It's $140,000 commission you lost out at. I don't realize not everyone gets 7 million, but even if it was $1 million listing, you lost out and you weren't able to compete. This is going to set you apart, differentiate you. And for 700, you get that listing and make 30. And if you double end it, it's 60,000, right? Represent the buyer and the seller. All because you quote unquote saved the $750 or didn't want to pay the $450 for the year course and get trained every month by an attorney as a part of your $450. There's so many good, and it's all tax deductible. So I know Matt kind of does the intake, answers the questions. So if people are interested, do they reach out to Matt Wales here, your business partner? Is this Matt where you come in?
He is. Yep.
Yes, absolutely. If they want to chat with us at all, beard, as in facial hair, at attorneybacked is my email. They can reach out there or give me a call at 262-710-1969.
So everyone grab your pens, because if you're like me, you don't have a pen, or grab your cell phone, open your cell phone. We're going to let you write down that number. Call Matt, text Matt. I would send him a text and go, hey, this is Brent out in Florida or Colorado. I need to know more about this. I'm very interested. So Matt, give the phone number out one more time.
Absolutely. Yes. 262-710-1969.
262-710-1969.
Correct.
Got that right. Okay. Everyone, hope you wrote that down. You can listen to the podcast again, back it up 10 seconds, get it again. And then the email that, by the way, if you can't see Matt, this is a podcast, but he has the coolest beard you've ever seen in your life. I love it, man. He's a handsome, good looking guy with a good looking beard. Matt, give him your email one more time for the emailers, people who don't text. They're like, I'm an email person. What's your email?
Yeah, beard, as in the facial hair. So beard at attorneybacked.com.
Okay, beard at attorneybacked.com.
Mm-hmm.
Beard at attorneybacked.com. Is that right? Said it all right? Good. And then is there any other website or any other kind of information you want to give them to learn more about this?
Sure. You can go to attorneybacked.com to get more. There's frequently asked questions. There's an opportunity for buyers and sellers to go there and put in information. So it's a possible lead source as well, because we're going to be marketing this. So it's
That's awesome.
generation two.
So go check out the website and then call Matt, text Matt, or email Matt. He's a great guy. So that's attorney backed, as in past tense, attorneybacked.com. Check them out. I'm giving them a big thumbs up, and then they will put you with an attorney in your state who's can practice law in Minnesota or Ohio or Arizona or wherever they are, and they will do their best to take good care of you. For sure, do your homework, but I think this is a great program,
Well,
a great product.
I'd add one more thing, and I know as an agent, I have personally dealt with attorneys who really only write in red ink, and they want to mess up contracts. We train the attorneys to make sure that the object is to get the client the home and to give them the legal protection. It's not to flex their legal muscle on the contract. So if that was a concern as an agent, like, oh, I've dealt with an attorney and it scared me in the past, don't let it scare you now, because we're solving for that by making sure we're selecting the right attorneys and training them that the object is to get the client the house they want, not to,
Insert
impress them.
themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've all had home inspectors that scared the bejeebies out of clients. Like, do your job. Definitely let them know. But there's a way to do it that is intelligent and tastefully done and respectfully done and proper. And then there's scare tactics. There's just like your bedside manner is horrible and you freaked out the buyer. They no longer want to buy the house. You blew up the deal for no good reason. So that's good. I do want to make this point too. I think a lot of agents say, oh yeah, you could talk to my attorney. And then you find out they represent corporate law. They're not trained in real estate, or they do accidents. Yeah, my friend's an attorney, and what's he specialize in? Accidents, whiplash. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean he necessarily is a pro at real estate. So how do I know? Everybody listening on the podcast, I didn't tell Nicole I was going to do this. I'm going to stick it to her right now. How do we know you're not just giving us Joe Schmo attorney in Las Vegas? How do we know this attorney's actually got experience in real estate, knows what they're talking about, isn't just an estate planning attorney who's great at writing $1,200 estate plans or wills? How do we know that, Nicole?
I vet them personally. That's what it comes down to. Being an agent for 26 years, you can spot people who are true and authentic. You can ask questions about experiences that they've had. Just like if we were going to interview an agent, which agents have good experience and which agents are mumbling over their words and trying to make it happen, right? I'm looking for people, and we vet them and make sure that their clients are happy too, because
I love this.
That's important. Yeah.
I love this. Okay, I'm just looking at the clock. We're up against the wall, so we have to go. But this was so good. Reach out. Go to attorneybacked.com. Check them out. Call Matt. Email Matt. You'll get a chance to meet Nicole. I think you're the one who teaches the class once a month. She's amazing. You'll love her. I'm big thumbs up from Brent Gove. Check him out. Thanks for being on the podcast, everyone, today. Matt, Nicole, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Brent. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, and that's a wrap. Okay, so here's the deal. We have incredible information, video content on my YouTube channel. Go over there and make sure you subscribe. And it's vital that you ring the bell. If you ring that bell every time I put out new content, it's actually going to notify you, and you can get the latest and greatest of what's happening at EXP. Now, don't forget to like me on Facebook, so you can also get that content, and then follow me on Instagram. We're hitting everybody high, low, and in between. We're trying to get the information out there so you can build big businesses, revenue share organizations. So go to YouTube right now. Please subscribe and ring that bell. Like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram. We'll see you out there.